Wait a minute. What's that? Admiral, what's going on?
It's a trap!
It's a trap? Hey everybody, it's Eric here out in lovely Las Vegas, and I want to talk to you about mortgage forbearance, and sometimes it could end up being a trap for you. Now, it sounds like a good idea, not paying your mortgage for the next 3 to 6 months or so. Sometimes that may not be the best idea for you. So today I'm going to go through some of the traps that you could be setting for yourself by taking a mortgage forbearance. So let's start off. What is a mortgage forbearance? Well, that is you not paying your mortgage for a certain period of time. So we all know we're in the middle of this whole big COVID-19 disaster that's going on. A lot of us have lost jobs. Business isn't what it used to be. And you could use a little bit of extra money right now. Well, guess what? They have a little program that was in the CARES Act. And it was a kind of a deferment of your mortgage called forbearance. So it's like, well, that sounds cool to me. Well, what are some of the issues that you can have? Okay, so we start off. The CARES Act says that mortgage lenders are required, if they have a government-backed loan, and a government-backed loan is a FHA, VA, USDA loan, and you may be asked about conventional. It's conventional only if it's backed by Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac. Now, it could be backed by other sources, which are not government, or if you have a jumbo loan, which is a non-conforming loan, or some of these other exotic loan products, they do not apply. So about 25% of you, this doesn't even apply for. But for the other 75%, the bank is required by the CARES Act to give you mortgage forbearance up to 12 months. Well, what does that mean? Here's the issue. A lot of people don't realize this, that when you have a mortgage, your mortgage servicer, now servicer, that may be your bank, whatever lender that you used, that's called a servicer. Well, someone else owns that loan, whether it's Freddie Mac, Fannie Mae, or a bunch of investors or someone else, they own the loan. Your bank, who you have on your little ticket to write out to every month, or who's taking it out of your bank account every month, they're just a servicer because they sell that off. That way, they have the money to get more loans, to give more mortgages out to people. So the thing is, they are required to continue to pay your mortgage for you. So when you go into forbearance, somebody's paying that. Now, if I came along and I was the government and I came to you and I said, hey, I want you to forgive this guy's loan for the next 3 months or so. We cool with that? By the way, I'm the government. You have to do what I say. But I'm just poor me. I'm the poor little bank, the poor little banker with his yacht and everything. And all of a sudden it's like, oh, you just told me I have to let him not pay. Do I not have to pay to who owns the loan? I'm the servicer. No, the government doesn't say that. So now you got a bunch of ticked off people. So this is where the traps come in. So let's pretend you get a 3-month forbearance, 3 payments, and your mortgage is $1,000 a month. Let's use something real easy, $1,000 a month. Okay, so we go out and you go for the next 3 months. It's like, yay, I ain't got to pay my mortgage. And then it happens. What happens in that 4th month? Okay, I'm just going to start paying my $1,000 a month again. No. Month 1, month 2, month 3. And the month 4 that you're in, you now owe. You now owe the man $4,000.
Oh no!
That's a trap. So let's start doing some things to avoid that trap. Number 1 is, that's known as paying that $4,000. That's known as reinstatement. So you're reinstating your loan. Okay, great. Let's say you had the 4,000. Well, if you didn't have the 1,000 this month, you're not going to have 1,000 next month. Who says you're going to have 4,000 3 4 months from now? You see where the problem's coming in? It's percolating. It's percolating. And you got some ticked off folks because they had to pay that $1,000 for month 1, month 2, month 3. Now they want their money. So what are we going to do to prevent this? First of all, you need to document everything that's going on, because the government, when they said that the lenders slash servicers had to give you this forbearance, they said they had to give it to you without you doing anything other than saying, I've been affected by COVID-19. Okay, so you've spent this 3 months, 4 months, maybe you've come back, you don't forget about that $4,000. What happens at the end of that? So you need to start documenting what you're doing now, because if they want to address it again and you go like, oh, I don't have this money, let's push this can down the road, you're now going to be asked to provide proof that you had a financial hardship. So some people are just going to go, hey, you know what? This is me not paying my mortgage for the next 3 months. Oh, but I didn't have a real financial hardship that I can document. I still had my job. I was commuting over Zoom. I spent that money.
Oh no!
Mistake 1. You need to figure out where your money is going to be coming from 3 months from now. If you're sitting around and you can't pay your mortgage because you're waiting on things like unemployment, and we both know, well, not both, it was all of us, that there's been some issues getting those unemployment checks and that extra $600 a week that you were promised. Most people hadn't received it because the states were not set up for it. So, okay, I'm going to get that 600. I know I'm going to eventually get it, eventually. Maybe you're going to be okay. But if you're not sure, so first thing you need to do, make sure you go ahead and set out a term that you can think that you'll be able to come up with the money. So you don't have to just take that 3 months. You can ask for 6. Remember, it's up to a year. I may not want to take a year, because can you imagine owing $13,000 down the line if I owed $1,000 a month? So be very careful with that. Read over anything they send you, and most importantly, document, document, document. As soon as you make a phone call, you need to document the day, the time, who you were talking to, because as they always say, reminder for training and quality assurance, this call is being monitored. Make sure that for quality assurance, your call is being monitored also, and it's legal within your state. I can't go into that. Talk to a lawyer. When you get your paperwork, you need to go over it carefully. If you feel uncomfortable, phone a friend. If you don't have a friend, go to legal aid. Somebody out there can help you out. Make sure that the paperwork is straight from the beginning, because you're going to owe this money. This is not free money. This isn't like the auto dealerships who are trying to still sell cars, because, car prices have crashed too, if you haven't noticed. They're not going, hey, you don't have to make your payment for this first 6 months. Well, they got a plan for that. Plan's probably to screw you. I don't know. But I'm just saying there's a plan for that. There's no plan for this mortgage thing. So, yeah, when you're we're going to use 3 months from now. When your 3 months are up, what are you going to do? Number 1 is there's possible reinstatement. That's going to be a balloon payment where you catch them up on what you owe them. Everything's all hunky-dory. We're good. Well, you may not have the money. The next thing is going to be a payment plan. That's probably what you thought you were going to get at the beginning. You can negotiate that up front. Try to negotiate that up front. So you owed, you missed those $3,000 in payments. Well, what if you can divide that up over the next year or two, and you're paying like an extra $200, $250 a month until you get that paid back? That's much better than paying the $4,000. You can possibly tack it at the end. These are things you can do. But if you get to a point where you're at that 3 to 6 month period and you haven't paid that money, so to avoid foreclosure or going into bankruptcy or doing something bad, you may have to look at a payment plan. Now you're actually in a bad situation. You now got to go and requalify for that loan. Now remember, you got to document that you are in a financial hardship. That financial hardship may work against you. And that's something you don't want to happen. So go ahead and document, because already we're in April and 6% of homeowners have already requested a mortgage forbearance. How many of those took the right steps to protect themselves? Who knows? I don't know. Now here's one. You can cancel the forbearance. So let's say we all know interest rates are dropping like crazy. They actually, when interest rates went to zero from the Fed, banks for some odd reason, they actually raised their rates. Well, there's a reason behind that. It gets into a really complicated thing. I may bring a lender on to talk about it. It's how mortgages are sold. But right now they're starting to go down, and they're predicted to be about 2.5% by the summer. Let's say you had a 4% mortgage, didn't refi, or you had something higher, and then you decide to get all smart. I'm going to skip my payments for the next 3 months. Well, what if you could have gotten a 2.5% loan? Guess what? You go to apply for that 2.5% loan. It's like, oh man, I'm going to knock that down to $800 a month. I got extra $200 in my pocket. And guess what? You're in forbearance. You ain't getting it. What if you say you came across a situation where, okay, I'm going to protect myself and go ahead and go into forbearance and then not pay it, but everything works out for you. You get that check coming in from unemployment, or you get another job, or you've gone from being non-critical to critical in your state, and so you can go back to work. You know what? They will not take your check. So you need to be able to cancel that forbearance. Make sure all that is in the paperwork that you can cancel the forbearance. Make sure everything that they are talking to you about is in writing, no matter what. Don't take their word for it. Do not take their word. Here's another big one. This is another trap.
Oh no!
Akbar, what we got here?
It's a trap!
Yeah, got another trap. Here's that possible trap. How are they reporting this on your credit report? Now, the CARES Act said that that taking a forbearance is not supposed to impact your credit report. People can impact your credit report by doing little things. Now, all of a sudden, you had a mortgage that was reporting you on time every month, last 5 years, every month, pay this mortgage, pay this mortgage, pay this mortgage. Well, you're in forbearance. Did you pay your mortgage? No. So let's say they're being all nice to you. They don't report it. So month 1, they don't report that you paid your mortgage. Month 2, they don't report that you paid your mortgage. Month 3, they don't report you paid your mortgage. Month 4, you did your reinstatement, you called back up. Cool. But wait a minute, it shows 3 months there, you didn't pay your mortgage. They can see you. So figure out how they're going to report that on your credit report. Talk to them about that. And there's also another one of ticked off lenders where they're not doing anything illegal, but they're saying, this is a small group of them now, mortgage is currently in forbearance. You think you're going to get a loan from somebody for that? Heck, you may be doing okay. You're not paying it off. You were affected, but you got your unemployment check now. You decide to go do something. Loan in forbearance. Something to think about. So those are really a lot of the traps that you can run into. And I just wanted to make sure that you knew about all of them. I don't know if I'm going to continue doing any of these forbearance things in the future, because let's be honest, we probably got another 3 weeks, a month of this max, and then everything's going to be back to normal. People have gotten their $1,200. Folks are going to collect on some other things. Small businesses are going to get their EIDL and PPP. I think we're going to be fine through this. This is a strong country. We're going to survive. Okay? So if you want more content, I'm putting stuff out every week, at least once a week. I'm trying to ramp myself up to 2 times a week. So click that subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up. Hey, leave a comment. Tell me where you want me to talk about next, okay? Thanks a lot, guys.